Dear students, in this unit we will talk about one of the largest and most diverse group of protists. This is called SAR. SAR is diverse monophyletic subgroups. Monophyletic means it is from same ancestry. These all organisms of these groups are from same ancestry, and they make up one of the largest subgroups of protists. Now, SAR is derived from three letters, which are actually the first letter of three major groups which are enclosed in this subgroup. Now, the first clade is straminopiles, the second one is alveolates, and the third one is rhizarians. So the first letter of three clades makes it as SAR or SAR subgroup. Now, when we talk about the first clade straminopiles of this SAR group, they are the most important photosynthetic organisms on Earth. It includes diatoms and brown algae. Now, diatoms, they are one of the most important part of aquatic food chain. Important part of photosynthesis, they are important part of food chain for the fish. Now, they are single-celled protists, and they make a very important community in the aquatic ecosystems. Now, when we talk about the alveolates, alveolates are actually the membrane enclosed sacs containing groups of protists. Now, they have these alveoli or the air sacs inside their cell membrane, thus they are named alveolates. Now, dinoflagellates and ciliates are the member of alveolata clade. This is one of the largest clade as well. Now, these alveolates include photosynthetic species as well as important pathogens such as Plasmodium, which is responsible for causing malaria in humans. When we talk about the ciliates, the typical example of ciliates is Paramecium, as you can see in these lectures. They are the unicellular alveolates, and they have a pellicle which gives them a very typical but changeable shape. In Paramecium, as we can see, the surface of the cell is covered with several thousand fine and short hair-like structures, which are called cilia. They extend through pores in the pellicle to facilitate the movement of these organisms. Now, these cilia, they beat in such a precise coordination that organisms can back up and turn around as well as move forward. So if you see this organisms live under the microscope, you can see that it can move very swiftly. It can change direction very quickly with the help of these cilia. Now, ciliates, they quite differ from other protists because of containing two nuclei. As you can see that one is a small nuclei, you can see it here, and the other one is a large nucleus. This large nucleus is responsible for the different functions which control cell metabolism and growth, while the small nucleus, that is responsible for the sexual processes, including the conjugation. Conjugation is a sexual reproduction process in which two individuals, they come together and they exchange their genetic material. Now, dinoflagellates, these dinoflagellates are unicellular, and their alveoli or the sacs, they contain cellulose plates impregnated with silicates. These dinoflagellates, they have two flagella, and one flagella wraps around their transverse groove just like a belt, and the other flagella is a longitudinal. It's actually circles around the longitudinal grooves, and it helps propel the dinoflagellates in the water like a spinning top. Now, if you see the structure of this dinoflagellate, you can see that they are photosynthetic. They have chlorophyll, and some of them, they are colorless, and they ingest other microorganisms for their food. Many dinoflagellates, they are endosymbionts, which means that they live inside the body of other invertebrate organisms such as mollusks, jellyfish, and corals. Now, ecologically, dinoflagellates are very important producers in marine ecosystems, and they somehow cause some occasional blooms or color tides. Now, when we talk about the rhizarian group, these rhizania are actually the amoebas which possess pseudopodia. Pseudopodia, we have talked about that they are false foot, or that means that it's not the actual locomotory organs, but their cell membrane can protrude or bulge outside on the direction wherever they want to move. So these are the thread-like extension that can bulge from any portion of the cell, and they are used for the movement from one place to the other.